It's Saturday, May 24th, 2025. I'm TC Kirkham, and this is the Kirkham Report.
TC Kirkham, the Kirkham Report.
Greetings, everyone. Thank you for joining me for this week's edition of the Kirkham Report, back at its usual day and time. I'm TC Kirkham, TKR Video Central. I've got lots going on. I have a huge shipment from Don and Mary. I got a couple of other things going on. Got some news to report, some other stuff to give you a progress report. All of that's coming up in this week's probably rather long show because of all the 45s in that one box over here. But let's get things started with this week's cover story. Singer Billy Joel announced the cancellation of his current tour he had planned to do at stadiums across the U.S. and England because he has been diagnosed with a brain condition called normal pressure hydrocephalus. This condition is not usually life-threatening, although it can be life-changing. It occurs when a buildup of spinal fluid starts invading areas of the brain. It has led to problems with Billy's hearing, vision, and balance, and under his doctor's orders, he is said to be undergoing specific physical therapy and has been advised to refrain from performing during his recovery period, which is expected to last several months. It is not an untreatable condition. He is undergoing physical therapy. But it is something that they're going to have to keep an eye out for. He did send a message to his fan that he was sincerely sorry to disappoint the audiences and giving them his thanks for understanding his situation. Once this all gets underway, Joel is expected to continue on his plans to tour once everything gets under control. We wish Billy Joel a speedy recovery from this and wish him well on his road to wellness. And that is this week's cover story.
Hey gang, we've got merch. Show off your love for all things TKR. Find t-shirts and more in the TKR swag shop. Click on the link in the show description. 2 solid hours of your favorite dance music classics. Crank up the speakers, turn on the mirror ball, and trip the life fantastic. It's Saturday Night Disco Party. Saturdays 11 p.m. US ET. TKR Video Central on YouTube.
Welcome to Switzerland.
Herzlich willkommen in Basel. Welcome to Basel!
You thought we were done with Eurovision stuff, right? Nope. As happens almost every year, Eurovision has been accused of encouraging manipulation through its voting system after Israel came close to winning this year's song contest. Israel has had a problem with the fans and other countries since the invasion of Gaza 2 years ago, or almost 2 years ago. It has been a hot topic among Eurovision fans, Eurovision countries, and this past week, Spain and Belgium led the way in complaining to the competition's organizers that the voting system, which allows voters at home to vote up to 20 times for a small cost charged to each vote, is too indicative of manipulation. Katja Segers, a Flemish member of parliament, said, quote, "A system in which everyone can cast up to 20 votes is a system that encourages manipulation. Whether this manipulation occurred in our country and all other participating and non-participating countries must be investigated. The VRT," that's the Flemish government, "must take the lead in requesting this investigation and in holding debate on the televoting system within the EBU," that's the European Broadcast Union, and on Israel's participation. Martin Green, the current director of Eurovision, said it's important to emphasize that the voting operation for the Eurovision Song Contest is the most advanced in the world, and each country's result is checked and verified by a huge team of people to exclude any suspicions or irregularity of voting patterns. An independent compliance monitor reviews both jury and public vote data to ensure we have a valid result. We remain in constant contact with all participating broadcasters of the Eurovision Song Contest and take their concerns seriously. A lot of this is being led by the Spanish Prime Minister. He was incensed by the fact that Israel is allowed to compete and Russia is not, given the similar situations or somewhat similar situations. But I think he was even worse, made to look even worse by the fact that they did get 12 points from the televote from Spain. So obviously somebody from Spain doesn't agree with their prime minister. The truth of the matter is these kind of accusations crop up every single year after Eurovision when countries that think they should have done better don't do that well. This year it throws in a little bit of what could actually be termed anti-Semitic behavior on the part of these countries, and it should be interesting to see the outcome. All of it, though, as the gentleman from Eurovision, Martin Green, said, he did not want this to take away from JJ's win last week at the Eurovision Song Contest. JJ, who is a 24-year-old from Austria, won the contest with his operatic pop song Wasted Love. And they do not want this to take it, but they are taking the accusations seriously and will investigate and see. They may make some adjustments, they may not, and we will find out sometime in the near future. So that's more news for this week from Eurovision.
Jump into the time machine and find out the #1 hits of a chart year from a variety of music sources. Flashback tracks, Thursdays, 4 p.m. USET, TKR Video Central on YouTube. If she's thinking about it, you know she's bound to have an opinion on it. Kim Takes On, alternate Tuesdays, 7 p.m. USET, TKR Video Central on YouTube. Stay ahead of dangerous weather no matter what the season. Stay aware and stay safe. PNR WeatherCentral on YouTube.
I haven't been making too many purchases this last couple of months because I've just not had the money. But I couldn't resist this, and it was a good price, so I picked it up. RealGoneMusic is a great place for reissues, and this is a reissue that I actually was made aware of a couple years ago. I did not realize that the hit version of the song Popcorn was actually a cover. The gentleman that wrote it, Gershon Kingsley, worked with members of Hot Butter as part of his team when they were first experimenting with the Moog synthesizer to make music. In 1969, he released this album, Music to Moog By, and it includes the original version of Popcorn along with 9 other tracks, some of which are original, others are Beatles covers and Simon and Garfunkel covers, all performed on that monster machine there, which is the Moog synthesizer. You also see it there. This is on, it is a very limited edition, strawberry with black swirl vinyl, which I have not opened this, it just came Thursday. and only 900 copies are being made of this reissue. I grabbed it while I could because I'm a huge fan of instrumentals. I'm a huge fan of popcorn, and I thought it sounded like it would be fun to add it to my collection. I have since listened to it on Spotify. It is a great album, and I can't wait to break it open and play it here now that I can actually listen to stuff again. So, Music to Move by Gershon Kingsley. They do still have a few left. If you're interested, go over to RealGoneMusic.com and pick one up. And that is this week's Out of the Box.
How much do you know about chart hits from a particular year or a particular topic? Find out. Play the TKR Pop 50 Challenge. Saturdays, 11 a.m. USET. TKR Video Central on YouTube. An ongoing living history of record stores past, present, and future, driven by your memories and contributions. RecordStoreRewind.com. Check it out today.
This one's going to take a while, folks. The last big sale on Whatnot from my pals Don and Mary at Two Hip Chicks took place last Saturday. It was their final blowout on Whatnot. This is the last time you'll see this auction acquisitions segment because they are now officially retired from selling. This is nuts. Basically, they went in and started every single they sold at $1. They also had big packs of the usual pile-ons. They had buyer appreciation contests. I picked up several, starting at $1 a piece. And this box is full of 45s, as you can see. So, this is going to take a while. We'll start with the ones that I picked up individual titles on auction last Saturday night. They were double-sided hit. Hats off to Larry. I'm over here today. All right. Oh, I'm going to have to shut the light off. I was hoping that would help you see it. Hats off to Larry and Runaway from Del Shannon. One Bad Apple and Yo-Yo from the Osmonds. Picture sleeve of Mary Hopkin and Goodbye with Sparrow. Picture sleeve of Mary Jane Girls, Walk Like a Man. A picture sleeve of Laura Branigan and Spanish Eddie. I actually went all the way to $7 for this because of the picture sleeve. The Partridge Family, I Think I Love You. Frank Sinatra and Sammy Davis Jr., Me and My Shadow. Also Dean Martin and Sammy Davis Jr. with Sam's Song. Bobby Rydell, Forget Him. And Reflex, The Politics of Dancing. Plus another non-picture sleeve, When I See You Smile by Bad English, which I didn't even know came out on vinyl. I have it on cassette single. Now, those are the ones I bought individually. The rest of these, I don't know whether they came from a pile-on or from the... I won one of the 2 buyer appreciation contests, and they just said it was going to be a pile of 45s, some of which were not plague rated yet, and I certainly understand that. So I'm just going to grab them section by section, and we'll go through them all very quickly as I can see them, because it's hard to read in here. This is part 3 of a 3-record set, it says here. I can't see who it is either. Let's see. Emery Deutsch and his Gypsy Orchestra. Galactica. It's on blue vinyl. Katrina and the Waves and Sun Street. Promo of Peter Max and his orchestra, Waltz for the Kid. Now the light's not going to work for this. I'm sorry about that. What What You Gonna Do After the Party? Willie Hutch. The Lonely One, Special Delivery. Music, One Way, featuring Al Hudson. How can I be a witness? R.B. Hudman, I think it says. Rocky Raccoon by Lena Horne. You Better Take Time, ZZ Hill. Whip It On Me, Jesse Hill. I've Got to Use My Imagination, Gladys Knight and the Pips. Barbara Ann, the Beach Boys. Have that several times over. The Best of Steve Allen. This is comedy bits, including What is a Wife, and a few other things. There's 4 tracks on that EP. My Hometown, Paul Anka. The Dedication Song, Freddie Canyon. Let's get back to that first partition. The Mighty Quinn, Manfred Mann. A souvenir record from Coke Time, Eddie Fisher. It's an EP, promo. Tim Moore, In the Middle. Boys Night Out, Timothy B. Schmidt, with a picture sleeve. And You're the Reason I'm Living, Bobby Darin, also in a picture sleeve. Alrighty then. Make sure I got that there. Take the next group of 25 out. Or however many. I'm not sure how many each one in each one of these. The next pile, Gladys Knight and the Pips, Landlord. Also Gladys Knight and the Pips, Make Me the Woman That You Go Home To. That's shown up on a couple of radio retros, and I was unfamiliar with that song before that. And Giving Up, another from Gladys Knight and the Pips. They're on 3 different labels here. This is on Stax, Max, something, plus Soul and Buddha. Can't Buy Me Love, the Beatles, original release. This Man, Peggy Lee. Picture sleeve, I'm Your Man, Wham. Picture sleeve, Mountain Rain, Bruce Hornsby in the Range. Gunfight at OK Corral, Frankie Lane. Gee, I bet that's country. Light My Fire, Jose Feliciano. I have that album. It's fantastic. I'm a Believer, the Monkees. El Paso, Marty Robbins. Ooh Poo Pandu, Jesse Hill. South Street, the Orlons. Another picture sleeve, country this time, Stonewall Jackson and Waterloo. This is not the ABBA song. Buck Owens, Open Up Your Heart. Jimmy Dean, Steel Men. Tennessee Ernie Ford, this is an EP, Hymns. And Dwayne Eddy, The Wild Westerners. These are just, for me, the picture sleeves alone are the real prize here. Music is a bonus here. But whenever you can get a classic picture sleeve like that, it is always a special treat, at least in my book. Let me grab both of these sets out here. I have 2 more sets to go. The next set includes Since I Fell for You. I don't know the artist. Hodges, James, and Smith. It was from 1977 on London. We didn't see those very often in the States, so that might be a Canadian pressing. You Can't Turn Me On, High Energy. Or You Can't Turn Me Off in the middle of turning me on. I think it says Pop It, One Way, featuring Al Hudson. Yeek. I really cannot read that one. Let me see if I can see it with my lamp here. There we go. If You Feel It, Thelma Houston. Keep that handy. Another copy of Steel Men from Jimmy Dean. Also picture sleeves. I got 2 picture sleeves of that, Dawn. Thank you. Walk Like an Egyptian, the Bangles. Hate that song. Suleiman, African Trilogy, Neil Diamond. My Love, Petula Clark. Talking Back to the Night, Steve Winwood, picture sleeve. Gimme Gimme Good Lovin' by Crazy Elephant. I'm not familiar with the band. I'm obviously familiar with the song. Classic oldie from Neil Diamond, Cherry Cherry. I Second That Emotion, Smokey Robinson and the Miracles. This is a set of 2, all part of an EP of Perry Como. The total of 8 songs here from the mid-1950s, 54. So I'm not sure what's on that. Kansas City, Fats Domino. Judy in Disguise, John Fred and his Playboy Band. Don't Let the Stars Get in Your Eyes, the Canadian Sweethearts. Interesting sleeve there. I don't think it's a attended. I think it's something that somebody bought and put it in. Where's the Love? Roberta Flack, Donny Hathaway. Whoops, I got 2 there. I Got a Line on You, Spirit. Souls, Rick Springfield with a picture sleeve. Bill Bailey and Soul Twine, King Curtis and his soul music. Woman, Sensuous Woman, Mark Chestnut. That's country, of course. And Wish You Were Here, and He's Out There Dancing Alone, Barbara Mandrell. I have a few things by Barbara, but not a lot, so that's a definite cool addition. All of these are cool additions, of course. And finally, this last group here. I'm sure you're all just so excited. Indiana Wants Me, R. Dean Taylor. We played that on AM 70s last week. Mike Post, The Rockford Files. Procol Harum, Whiter Shade of Pale. Mitch Ryder and the Detroit Wheels, Sock It To Me. Rocky, Austin Roberts. We played that on AM 70s last week, too. Shaky Ground, The Temptations. On a Carousel, The Hollies. Honey and Autumn of My Life, back-to-back hits from Bobby Goldsboro. Soulful Strut by Young Holt Unlimited. This is a great instrumental track if you're not familiar with it. I didn't know it till I heard it. I'm not here. I haven't played these yet, but obviously, but I did not know it until I heard it on somewhere, and I knew the song instantly. I'm a Man, Spencer Davis Group. Got My Mojo Workin', Part 1 and 2 from Jimmy Smith. Your Cheatin' Heart by Bobby Martin and Tennessee Waltz. I find that weird because she did pop music. Well, For the Love of Him was pop at least. In Your Arms, Eddie Downs. Johnny Tillotson and Tears on My Pillow. Amos. I don't know this label at all. Amos Records. Not familiar with it. Penny Loafers and Bobby Socks, Joe Bennett, and the Sparkle Tones. The Sparkle Tones. Oh, I love that. Yike. Forever, the Little Dippers. One of my all-time favorites. Make Your Own Kind of Music. My theme song. Cass Elliot. Which is listed as Mama Cass Elliot here, by the way. Wherever You Go. And You Walked By. Double-sided hits for Clint Black. 8 Days a Week reissue by the Beatles on the Target label from the mid-70s. Papa Don't Preach, Madonna. And Twist of Fate, Olivia Newton-John. So, I have a mess of 45s to be listening to. I mean, honestly, I have boxes I haven't listened to yet. So, I just haven't, because the keyboard's, the turntable's been up and down while I've been getting things done with the computer. And I haven't, I mean, there's at least 6 to 7 boxes of stuff I bought from them and Adam and a few other people that I haven't heard yet. So I will be doing that. I've got to get them all on Discogs. I'm actually going to be doing that online. Probably at a live stream at some point, but not yet. Anyway, Dawn and Mary, my dear, sweet friends, I have loved you guys since I first met you. We first met when you were doing auctions with Adam at Record Crate, and I subsequently found Chick Chat, and I've become, I'm very happy to be friends with you. You guys are going to be making a big change in your life. They announced this week they didn't just vacation in Costa Rica. They're moving to Costa Rica this fall. They fell in love with it down there, and I can't blame them. It was beautiful. You guys have been my relentless 45 supplier for the last 2 years. My 45 collection has tripled since I started going to Whatnot and getting stuff from you on the Johnny's auctions and such. I will miss you as sellers, but we will still be always in touch as friends through email, through video, and Dawn is going to continue to host Finding Your Music Mojo with me even after they move. At least that's the plan. And we'll see where it goes. But ladies, thank you for this last final hurrah. I much appreciate it. And that is this week's Dawn and Mary's auction acquisitions.
Like what you see? Level up! Become a TKR patron. We can always use more supporters of our channel. Click on the Patreon link in the show description.
Inside the booth this week, I have finally gotten some stuff done. Not as much as I'd like to, but I may have more done by the end of the weekend, so that's very cool. I was off yesterday for a doctor's appointment, off work. And in between last week and my vacation and how crazy it was with Eurovision, and every night this week while I haven't been at work after I got off work, and this weekend, I think I'll have the majority of things done, which is good because we're a week away from the complete relaunch of everything here. And the computer has been cooperating so far with what I've been doing the last couple of days, and that is installing my new drive system. I have a 5-drive hub now with 4 of these super expensive NAS 8 terabyte hard drives in them, plus an older one that I'm going to move on to one of those and then slip a 5th one in there. That's going to give me all kinds of room for all kinds of stuff I want to do. Archives, backups, and everything that I've never been able to do before, which will be really, really nice. So that's stage 1. Once all the other drives have been moved onto the new system, the smaller drives, the tiny drives. Like most of them are these little pissant tiny drives. I have 3 of these. One of these will be staying. That's the new music drive, which I got everything on. I put everything on, so it's gonna stay, and it's a huge 5 terabyte drive anyway, so it's huge anyway. But the others I'm moving into other things, and then I'm going to take those out, and that will give me more slots. And those more slots will then hopefully accommodate my new camera and a couple of other things that I want to get connected to the computer. My Stream Deck, which I bought years ago and have never set up. Just because I haven't had time. I mean, I've tried to use it a couple of times, but I've never really gotten serious about it. Watched all these cool how to set up your Stream Deck various different ways for on YouTube how-tos. I'm going to do it. I have an idea. I actually have grid sheets planned out that I'm going to do it, but I haven't had a chance to do it yet. And that's not a priority. It'll get done in the next few weeks. But getting the computer done was a priority. Getting that drive bay in. And I have another drive bay for smaller drives that I will be using also. Once these are all clear, the plan is to take them out of their hardware and put them in the drive. We'll see, and then I can use those for something else too. I won't be able to do that with the music drive, but I will be able to do it with everything else. So that'll be cool. The lighting is coming together slowly. I haven't finished it yet, and obviously the other camera, the Brio, is still not working. I don't know why. I've disconnected and reconnected it to the computer 3 times. It's on its own cable and its own direct connection. I still can't get it to work, so I've been stuck using my Alkey for the last couple of weeks. But it's working. It's serviceable. There's going to be a lot of different stuff coming. Also, starting June 1st. Not going to go into details on it yet, but I have some new mini features that will be starting. They'll probably be weekly as opposed to daily, like Daily Obscuria. One of them will focus on radio shows, classic music radio shows. It's going to be called the Retro Radio Flashback, or Radio Retro Flashback. It's kind of a spin-off of Radio Retro Countdown. And I will be spotlighting clips, not whole shows, obviously, because the copyright stuff would be not a nightmare. But clips of radio shows from my collection of radio transcriptions and elsewhere. We're also going to be doing a new radio-oriented show, a couple of them actually. Those will be coming up later this summer, probably in July. Although I am lining up guests for the one show already. And the other one is more of an infographic show on the various radio formats, and I've been wanting to do that for a year and a half, and finally getting things down. I am still trying to rebuild all the music. The CDs are almost done. I've got through all but the last box this week, plus I have 3 or 4 boxes of stuff that I bought recently that I need to get in, but I should have that done by the end of next week. I might even get it done by the end of this weekend. We'll see, because I'm planning on spending most of the day Monday on it. But we'll see, because Monday's Memorial Day, so I work for the state. I get it off. Not everybody does, but I have that extra day to work, and I will take it. I'm finally feeling confident that we're going to get things back up and running in a big way in the next couple of weeks. The goal is to have everything starting next Sunday, a week from Sunday, June 1st. And I think that's the 1st, isn't it? Or is that the December? Yeah, June 1st. So we'll have everything starting to come back online. And that includes, right now it'll include Vinyl Recall and Influencers. Hopefully it'll include Label Nova. It depends on whether I'll have time to do it or not next week. And then I have a bunch more new stuff I'm going to be doing, and all the sound Mixcloud stuff as well. Although like I said, I'm probably going to change the format of that because, again, I want to send a plea out. If you're watching this, I am looking for 2 different programs. I want something I can put on the computer. I don't want a cloud program. I want one specifically with voice track capabilities that you can save to MP3s, and I want one for mixing for Saturday Night Disco Party. I'm not sure. I've tried a couple of them. One of them I liked, and then it destroyed my drive when I uninstalled it. And that's why I lost all my music. So I don't trust that program anymore. But it was great for mixing because it had you could put all the songs in, hit a button, and it would figure out the beats and put them all together. I want to do that. I've had so many requests for people who listen to Disco Party to do it like they do it in the clubs. And I'd love to do it that way, but I don't have the skills. Not anymore. I did when I was younger, back in my teen days, but I don't now. And it would save a lot of time. So if you guys can recommend a broadcast program with voice tracking that does allow you to save your show to MP3, or a DJ program that allows you to mix and it has intelligent mixing on it, I am looking for those and I need guidance. So please put it in the show notes. Please drop me an email. I would greatly appreciate it. I think that's pretty much all I wanted to go over for this segment. Thank you for your patience over the last 6 months as I've rebuilt my music system and everything. I've still tried to keep stuff going. I've had trouble with Obscuria. Of course, I had that trouble with Filmora last month. It's settled. So things are looking good, and I hope that we will continue to go forward. And that is Inside the Booth this week.
If you like what you see on YouTube, don't miss the rest of the story. News, reviews, chart library, in-depth profiles, commentary, and more. Check out my full website, thekirkhamreport.com.
That is going to do it for this week on the Kirkham Report. I hope everybody had a chance to check out Kim's show, Kim Takes On, this past Tuesday, where we sat and rambled on about Eurovision for an hour and 20 minutes. It was fun. It was hilarious. I hope that you will check it out if you haven't done so already. It is our final definitive word on Eurovision 25. Now we start prepping for Eurovision 26 and Junior Eurovision 25. Both of which, with Junior coming up later this year, and of course next May will be Eurovision 26, the 78th anniversary. Got some more stuff going on. I'm working on some stuff to improve Disco Fever, Disco Party, and AM70s. I got that third show coming next month. Although I'm having trouble finding graphics for the opening. I'm really kind of pissed because I have this cool theme, but I don't have any cool graphics. I'm going to reach out to Kim and see what she thinks. I had generated some by AI, and when the Filmora thing got screwed up, it lost all of them. It was Filmora's AI that did it, and it lost all the ones I made. And I'm like, damn it, and I can't find them. So, and I tried redoing them, and I got some back that were okay, but they weren't exactly what I was looking for. And I'm not really that good with, I don't really know how to use a graphics AI like ChatGPT graphics. I have never done those. I have no idea how to do them. I mean, I know they're pretty easy. People have said they're pretty easy, and I've tried to do some of them, but they always want too much. I don't want to be emailed constantly by the program. I don't want to be registering it with my YouTube channel because I don't know how much I'm going to be using it. In any case, that's what I've got going, and some of the stuff that's coming up, and all the stuff we discussed this week. Once again, thank you to Dawn and Mary for several years of great sales through Adam at Record Crate, through Johnny at New England Cajun Roots Reseller and on their own channel, and through their Whatnot sales. I am going to miss my 45 supplier, but I have plenty of 45s to listen to. I wish you guys the best of luck when it comes to your moving to Costa Rica, and you guys know I will be there all the way for you. Whatever you need, just ask. And like I said, that's going to do it for this week. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. And if you have, thank you. We are over 1,300 subscribers now. Thank you so much. Headed toward 1,400. And there's going to be some new things coming next in the next couple of weeks that I hope will help add to the subscriber base, including a new weekly newsletter and a few other things. Plus, our Patreon Plus gets underway in a big way next week, where you'll be able to have early access to most of the shows and some columns that will be exclusive over there. Patreon is important to us. We are we really need to help, a little help here right now, and it would be a big help if you could join. $3.99 for basic, $7.99 for Patron Plus. Please think about signing up for it. Next week, I don't know what we'll have. I don't have a lot of pickups coming. I have something else coming in the mail that I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's mine or Kim's either. It might not be a package for me, but I keep getting indicators that I have a package arriving later today, and I don't know what it is. So I don't know if it's music related or not. I have some pre-ordered things, but they're not due until later this year. So it'll be interesting to see. In any case, thank you for watching. I appreciate you being here. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to spread the word. Don't forget to leave a comment. Your comments are how I know how I'm doing, and I enjoy talking to you and making new friends. I've made some great new friends over the past 5 years just from the comments, and I really appreciate it. And I hope you'll be here through all of the next week as we get things back up and running the week after next, and this week's stuff that will go up as usual. Until then, for the Kirkham Report and TKR Radio Central, I'm TC Kirkham. Thank you for watching and have a great week, everybody. I will see you on the interwebs. Ciao, baby.